That is next door's cat. Reasonably new. So he's not really experienced the birds before. It's the canaries that interest him. They will intimidate him. Beautiful cat though. Some sort of tortoiseshell, maybe Russian blue cross, I don't know. You can't eat them. There's no way of getting in. He's watching Toby, in fact. Toby is somewhere. There's Toby. That's who he's watching. They can't get in, so there's no harm in them watching because they don't really frighten the birds. The birds aren't aware, and if they are, they're more likely to play silly buggers with them than be traumatised. Besides, I'm going to go out in a minute and they'll run off then. So here is next door's cat. Next door's cat likes to sit on top of the aviary, but also likes to sit down on the little overhang, which is sort of behind. We can't really see from here, which is, yeah, she's been called for dinner. But she likes to sit on off she goes for dinner. But she likes to sit, if I can come down here, she likes to sit on this little overhang here, overhanging, not the aviary, but overhanging the garden. And what she does is, if you see, where can I zoom in, she comes under the fence there, along here, and settles herself down near this slate, and just looks up into the budgie cage. Anyway, today I hadn't realised she was there. Came out because you can tell it's sort of getting a bit dark, and it's my custom to, even during the summer, to lock the aviary down, you know, sometime between 9 and 10, depending on light levels. So I shoved them all in their little containers, and I, you know, did up the hatches there to keep them in. And I was aware that there was this sort of wailing going on, and I looked round, and there she was, sat on the little slate bit, generally quite peeved at me for locking these little birds in the birdhouse, in the bird rooms there, because obviously this left the flights completely empty, and there was nothing for her to watch. she did get rather upset. It was rather strange, but sort of nice in a way. They don't generally attack, it has to be said. I have only ever caught one cat actually sort of banging, so to speak, the aviary. There was a black and white cat, I haven't seen it since, who would come round and was sort of banging on the door. So there you can just see it round there, the door. I don't know what exactly, whether it was scratching or what, but that's the only one I've seen that's actually done it. The rest generally tend to either sit on the wall down there and watch from afar, or they sit up here when it's nice and look over the edge, or if they're the cat from next door, they sit on the overhang and look up. But they don't frighten, and generally the birds either ignore them, or Jojo probably will tease them. I could see him coming down, sort of flapping and landing quite close to them, and then flying off, and you know, generally just getting them. You can in fact hear him alarming. I can hear him alarming inside there. He's stopped now. Probably heard his name. So yes, I just thought I'd say that. One peeved off cat that I had removed the spectacle of her, and I don't know how long she's been watching them. I suppose most of the afternoon, because it's been rather nice. So it does make me laugh. I'm glad that these birds are bringing joy, not just to me, but to everybody else as well. They're certainly getting themselves noticed, because Jojo and Toby, my God, when they sing, they sing. They are loud. So, you know, everybody can hear them. In fact, you can hear them from the green. If you know what to listen to, you can hear them from the green, which is right down. You can't even see it from here, I suppose, but you see where the end of that house is. It's right, sort of, just in front of those trees down there. And you can hear them there. And next was Cat, sitting on my outside thing, where she can watch the birds. The only thing about this cat next door is that it has kind of flattened my rock plants slightly. She tends to sit on them because she feels, I suppose, that they are closer to the aviary than her. On another level, she does also seem to want exclusivity to my aviary. We've just had a showdown. I heard some. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Can we zoom in? Yep. That is a second cat. And this cat also likes to hang around here to watch the birds. Well, there's no shame in that. Unless, of course, you happen to come. Next door's cat is here because she does really feel she has precedence over anyone else to come anywhere near this aviary, and I caught them both on the steps about 5 minutes ago, growling and hissing at each other. I think there's some right being wrangled out between these rival cats as to whose territory this aviary falls under and who has the right to spend all day sitting next to it watching the birds. It's most peculiar. Most peculiar.